I joined the Africa Development Bank to Senegal for the Dakar 2 Summit on Feeding Africa under the theme Food Sovereignty and Resilience. The summit aims to turn advocacy efforts around food sovereignty across Africa into concrete actions. The 3-day summit brought together governments, private sector leaders, representatives from multilateral organizations and NGOs, as well as scientists and researchers to explore ways to meet the escalating challenge of food security in Africa and strengthen the continent's resilience towards future shocks. There were lots of highlights across the 3 days, but my biggest highlight was seeing young Africans who are taking part in the business of agriculture, injecting modern practices and the use of technology.
Integrated Precision, we provide precision agriculture solution services to farmers by leveraging drone technology and the power of data to help farmers gain information and actions that allows them to be more profitable, productive, and actually do farming in a more simpler and better way. Yes, so our services through drone technology ranges from drone spraying. We use drone technology to help farmers spray plant protection products, fertilizers, and other agrochemicals or agricultural input, organic or biological. We also provide mapping services, crop monitoring solutions to farmers, and many other tailored or custom driven services through drone technology. Based in Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria, and from our base, we serve across the nation. And one of these times, we've actually been able to serve outside of Nigeria and West Africa.
At Soilless Farm Lab, we are tech enablers for agriculture, and one of the technology we are promoting is hydroponics and protected cultivation to ensure that we are able to produce year-round, because we understand that food production cannot be seasonal since hunger is not seasonal. In addition to this, we also train the younger folks on our process, and we help put them into clusters within our environment to ensure that they have a soft landing into agriculture, into the whole agribusiness value chain. Much more than that, we're also into the trading of commodities, which are grown using our kind of hydroponic system. In addition, we set up farms for third parties. And finally, we're also into the logistics part of the value chain. So hydroponics theoretically can grow any kind of crop, but when you look at the economic angle, it's not profitable to grow every crop using hydroponics. So there are crops where you have a higher economic advantage, such as vegetables, cereals, and oil.
So Grow4Me is an input financing, commodity financing, and aggregation platform that allows us to either support farmers with inputs like fertilizer and seed to farm on our sponsors' behalf, or sponsors can finance the purchase of commodities from the warehouse across an area where farmers typically will farm. So any farmer who comes to a warehouse with, say, 2 bags or 4 bags of maize can be paid instantly via mobile money through our micro aggregator platform. Now, through Grow4Me's technology, we've been able to train thousands of farmers on how to look at their farming and agriculture business carefully as a business, not just as a subsistence way of living. And through our work, we've been able to trade and purchase over $800,000 worth of commodities from farmers in just 36 months of operation. And we are set to now scale our operations from 6 warehouses to 95 warehouses, enabling us to provide a touch point for farmers across the country who would like to sell their commodities at any time.
These young agripreneurs are noticing the growing impact of their businesses on the agricultural sectors across Africa on different levels.
Because of the value that drone technology brings to them, it's just opening up. Presently, even our demand is far greater than what we can supply, in terms of the drone that we can take to the field, in terms of the staffs that we can actually, send across to serve all these farmers in different locations. So it's been great because, for example, taking our drone spraying, for example, Conventional method like knapsack sprayer to spray pesticide for 1 hectare of land, it could take the farmer about 2 days to finish. But the farmer using drone technology, in less than 15 minutes, he can be able to spray. And not only that, he's able to protect himself from overexposure of pesticides, which could be potentially hazardous to their health, through inhalation and all that.
Yeah, it's taken a while. We've moved from the era where it used to be around questions around, is this natural or satanic, to the point of is it healthy or unhealthy, now to a point of is it profitable, can we domesticate it, how cheap can it be. So yes, and again, because there is this whole push of you want youth to come into agriculture, then you realize that most of the people who are adopting these are youth, because you need the technology that the youth can relate to it if you need them to come into the agribusiness value chain, especially around the production angle.
We're excited that with what we've built, we've been able to allow farmers, particularly women, to grow their farms and successfully harvest a lot, but most importantly, have a ready market. Through Grow4Me's micro aggregator platform, we are enabling young people in farming communities to make an extra income whenever they aggregate commodities. At the same time, enabling these warehouses that are lying dormant to become active, because now they become a trading point where commodities are gathered from farmers and sold to processing areas.
They shared some of their highlights so far.
Since we started operating, the fact that our solution brings unprecedented speed to farmers is actually what we are actually enjoying, and we can be able to see from farmers. They are hoping to, like, okay, let's try this, let's use this, and we're making it common. Okay, we're making it common, and that's our vision for 2023, to expand, scale our solutions and our technology across to every farmers, and seeing that drone technology becomes a common tool to which every African farmers use.
People now are adopting it at various levels. The banking institutes who used to be scared of agriculture, this is a system they are willing to bank on, because they understand, yes, it's still primary production where it is not plug and play, but it's easier for them to monitor the process, to know that, oh, I don't need to worry about the rains, if the changing weather and all of that. And because the banks understand it better, automatically the insurance companies too understand it better, to say, okay, now we can insure this part and this part. This is where things are likely to go wrong. And in all of these, our biggest takeaway is the fact that I don't need to wait till the end of production to know that I am running at a loss. I can find out a month into production, 2 months into production. So yes, our biggest takeaway is the fact that those who can help agriculture run at a fast pace like other sectors have gotten, right now are getting to understand there is a technology that can become an enabler for us to invest or protect our investment in agriculture.
Through our work, large feed processors and food exporters have consistently had access to commodities to use for their feed or to export for foreign exchange. We're excited about what we are doing, and we look forward to you being part of our story to create an Africa which is food secure, produces what it eats, and it has enough to actually provide other people who need more food.